welcome, and you're just as handsome in real life as you appear to be on television.
You say that to all the guys I know.
You have big hands, too. I like that in a politician. This is the first time I think anybody's ever come to the show to stop someone from doing something. People want people to go see this or do that or whatever.
It's the country, though. It's the country we're talking about, and we have to talk about who's going to be the leader of the free world, and I don't think Donald Trump should be that leader.
Now, I guess so today. I'm curious as to just kind of like how this began brewing. Like, were you at home, sitting in the Mitt cave, watching Donald Trump on television, and you just got so angry you ran out to the driveway and stomped on a ketchup packet? How did it happen? What specifically? What was the straw that broke the camel's back?
Well, it's been building over time, although I thought that I'd be best being a neutral arbiter here and calling balls and strikes and a foul now and then, and I did that. But, you know, over time, with the mocking a reporter that's disabled, saying a reporter that asked tough questions did so because she was in her menstrual cycle, saying that George W. Bush lied, saying that John McCain isn't a hero, and then disparaging all Muslims. And then, for me, it was the straw that broke the camel's back was the pretending that we don't know who David Duke is, we don't know about the Ku Klux Klan. And, you know, I was with my son, we were driving, and he said to me, "Dad, what are you going to tell the grandkids you did to stop Donald Trump?" And I said, "You know what? I got to do something. Now's the time."
You know what I would have said to my dad? If my dad said that to me, I would have said, I don't know, what are you going to do? I'm getting out of the car. Because Donald Trump is not a person you want to mess with. I mean, he can be very, very vicious. If he is elected president, you are going to have to move. You know that, right?
That's probably the case, but I will make sure that he does not audit my taxes. He apparently is very good at auditing taxes.
What about this tax? You mentioned his tax returns, and he hasn't released tax returns, and then people said, well, you took a long time to release your tax returns, but ultimately you did release your tax returns. What do you think we're going to find in his tax returns, and is there something you know that we don't?
Well, actually, I released my back taxes in January of 2012, so he should have released them by now. He went on various shows and said he would release them, that they were beautiful, and now he's pushing back. Maybe he will. My guess is he will never release his tax returns because they'll show something that really will surprise people and cause a lot of people to move away from him. I don't know what it'll be, but when someone tries to dissuade and push aside and divert, you know something's going on. Either he's not making the money people think he is, or not paying much in taxes, or taking deductions that don't seem right, or not giving money to the veterans that he cares so deeply about in his speeches. Something will point out that he is not the person he has been telling people he is.
Pardon my ignorance, but aren't you required to release your tax returns?
You're not. You're not required to. It's just been a long tradition in this country that presidents say, hey, you want to take a look at who I am? It's not just what I'm going to tell you about myself, it's what the real deal is. And when it comes to Donald Trump, there's some of us who think that he's not the real deal, that he's a phony, and there are others who think he is. Hey, prove it to us. Give us the tax returns. Let us take a look and see if you have done what you said you've done. And then also, the New York Times tapes, let's see them.
Now, you see he's a phony, but we have well, you know, I'm sure everybody's played this clip and confronted you with it, but there was a happier time for you and Donald Trump. There was a time where he was supporting you, and he actually gave you his endorsement. At that time, did you think he was a phony?
Well, when you're running for president, you want a lot of people to endorse you. And 61 million people voted for me. I was very pleased with that. But I would not endorse 61 million people for president. I'm happy to have endorsement of a number of folks, but I wouldn't endorse them. But what Donald Trump has said during this campaign, when he says, for instance, what he did about George Bush and John McCain, and then says Putin, on the other hand, is a strong, powerful leader, he's got this all mixed up. Had he said the things he has said now during that last year, I wouldn't have asked for his endorsement.
You would not have asked for his endorsement,
no,
right?
No.
And I'm sure you hate this picture. This picture's not framed in your home? Have any of the other candidates called you and said, hey, thanks for saying that?
Well, I've actually contacted the other candidates and said, look, I'm happy to do anything I can to be of help in your campaigns. I don't know which of the three of you is going to be the strongest contender, but the great majority of Republicans want someone other than Donald Trump, and I want to help that person become the president.
Of those three, which one do you like the most?
We're going to wait and see who can do the best job tonight, who can do the best job in the coming weeks, who can be most effective posting up against Donald Trump.
I see. And so any of those three guys you're okay with?
I will be happy to endorse
How do you
any
know
one of those
they're
three.
not phonies? Have you checked these guys out? Have you seen their tax returns,
Yeah,
etc.?
yeah, they put their tax returns out.
Okay.
They're pretty much laying out what they think the American people want to know about them.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Kimmel. If you like that, click the subscribe button below, and good things will happen forever.